Saddleback leather, medium satchel, chestnut color, 60-day update. So a few things that have happened / that I've noticed is that this strap actually has stretched, and you can see that this is where it originally was, where I was originally carrying it, and I had to go up 2 full things for me to feel like it was back in a comfortable position. For the first month or month and a half, I had it down here, and then I had to put it up higher so that it would still sit on my hip where I wanted it to sit. This is still really flappy, and I still try and like shove it in there, but I'm not very dedicated about it, so it still just it just pops out all the time, and it actually kind of annoys me. But I could tie it off like some people do. I just don't think it looks very pretty when you do that. I originally was only using one strap, this one. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little bit more worn with like how it's curved. I was only using the one because I felt like 2 were too long, but when I was just using the one, when I would switch from one side to the other side, I was constantly having to slide this up and down, and it got old pretty fast. So then I put the other one back on, and even though it's slightly too long, when you have the 2 on there, it is better than me having to constantly be sliding this back and forth. This has gotten a lot flappier, but I do still feel like it is really bulky and kind of cumbersome actually when I constantly have to put it over my head to wear it across body. So that's just the thing, that this part and the strap itself and like the whole thing just feels still really like bulky and kind of cumbersome for me constantly to be putting it on and taking it off. It is a heavy bag, and when I have this over my shoulder, and I have this over my one shoulder, and then I have my baby in my other arms. My baby weighs about 25 pounds right now. It feels like a lot of weight, and if I'm just standing there, even though it's not a heavy bag, I do definitely start to feel it. I've started to fiddle with it, and it's not quite so bad, but the edge of this definitely has cut into my neck, and it's been pretty uncomfortable actually, where the strap will slide until it just sits there and hits my neck. And like I said, when I have an armful of baby and a bag, it's not so easy to just adjust it or to hold it where it needs to be so it doesn't cut into my neck. This has gotten floppier, probably not as floppy as it would if I used it all the time. I'm pretty lazy, honestly, and I almost never close this. When I wear it, I wear this side against my body, and I just put the flap over it, and then when I need to get into my purse or get my wallet or get a burp rag or whatever it is that I'm grabbing, I'll just flap it open, flap it closed, flap it open, flap it closed. So this isn't as soft as it could be. So I still can't open and close this with one hand, but it is looking pretty good. I am hoping though with the straps that when I carry really heavy loads, that if they get really soft, that they won't be uncomfortable and they won't cut into me anymore. And they have softened up significantly, so it's not quite as bad as what it once was. So I'm hoping it'll eventually just go away. The other thing is this top handle. Before I couldn't even I could barely fit my fingers in there, and now I can get my whole hand in there. It's loosened up quite a bit. So, and I do. It's gonna eat the dirt again. I do use this handle a lot to pick it up and to carry it and to grab it and pull it out of the car. I mean, even when it's open, yeah, it flaps a little bit, but it's not so bad that even though I haven't strapped it closed that I feel like I can't use the handle. So that's nice. I like that. It is looking, like I said, this is looking good. It's getting some more character. It's getting scratched up, but that's okay. That's the joy of leather. This isn't everything that I have in here. But I've discovered, this is a good size for me. This, I didn't know if I would use, but because I tend to just throw my keys in there, because I'm pretty lazy. But I have found that this is incredibly helpful, and I do use it all the time. And we have a Prius which uses a smart key, so I will hook the keys on here and then I don't even have to take them out of my bag, and that's amazing. So I do really like this and I use it. In here I have the burp cloths and a wallet. I think I have 2 little makeup bags in here. There's another one. Headphones. This is a receipt from today. More just like little personal items, little notebook, lotion, mace, which is actually supposed to be right here.
There's the mace.
Let me see the mace.
Cool.
Okay. The mace. A baby spoon, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't remember was there. And then back here I have like a checkbook and some gift cards. I figured that was a good place to put it. And this is a claim slip for something, so I will put that back there too because it will stay safe, but it keeps it separated and out of the way, so that's really nice. This little pocket is helpful. Side pockets are good. I have a pen right here. That's nice because then I don't have to dig for it. I just know that my pen is right there, but the pocket is so small that it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's just an organizer thing, which I like. This one is a little bit bigger, so it is nice that all these pockets are like different sizes. That this one is the smallest. This one is small but not as small, and this one is tight but a lot bigger. The size has been really good for me. It has been a really good size for my needs. I actually don't usually carry 2 makeup bags, but this is from when I went on the airplane to visit my sister. This is the one that I normally have, and this is what I took for the week while I was there. And I guess I just threw both of them in here, and I haven't gone through and put it away yet. I'll oftentimes have a book in here, and sometimes I'll usually have 2 of these, but I just barely used the other one like 10 seconds ago when I got thrown up on. Yay, babies. I will usually have a book, like a novel in here, and then I have a little notebook to write things down, even though I usually just use my phone now. I often will have a diaper in here, and an extra outfit if I know I'm just going to be gone for a little while. And this is a really good size to carry those things. It does get really full. Like when I have the extra outfit and I have the diaper and the wipes, it's really full, but it does fit it, and I don't think I'd want it any bigger because it would be heavier and then it would also look bigger, and I just don't need it that big. So I find this is a really good size for me. It's perfect for my everyday needs, and when I keep it light, it's getting better. So either I'm getting used to it, or the bag is softening up so that the weight isn't so uncomfortable to carry. It's probably that one because I don't think I'm getting any stronger. This flap right here has been getting nice and soft and floppy, and that's really nice. It's giving it some character. Like I said, it's more comfortable to carry, which has been good considering that for the first little while it was just heavy and stiff, and it was like carrying a box, like a wooden box around, but it's not that way anymore. It's getting more soft, like nice supple leather that will mold to my body, so hopefully that will just improve. I don't carry it every day because I don't always go to the store or whatever, so the break-in is probably a little bit slower. So the back pocket right here, it has broken in quite a bit, and I have a baby spoon back here, which I just discovered it's not supposed to be there, and I think it's dirty. I was able to stick gift cards that I threw back there when my son dumped them all out while I was in line at the airport, and I just put them back there because this pocket has been so stiff. Like, this is the first time I've really been able to like get my hand in here, and it might be because the bag is a little bit more empty than usual, but I'm hoping it will start to stretch out, because so far the only thing I've really felt that I can use it for is sticking, like I said, like gift cards back there and receipts that I just stash away for the moment. But getting some good scratches in here and some nice personality. These side pockets, I use them to shove my keys in, or my purse, or my phone. Not my purse. I use them to shove my keys in the side pockets. I don't use them all the time, and I'll put my phone back here or in the side, depending on what I'm doing or what I'm thinking about, and if I think to stick things in certain places. They're still really bulky, but I think that they'll soften up and become a little more usable, because right now I have to fight to get my keys in there. It's a little too small for me to stick a water bottle in there, so I usually just put my water bottle on the very top, and that makes this bag very heavy. So usually I just carry it in my hands now. I have not yet done backpack mode. I guess I could give it a try. I should probably do that and carry it around like that for a little while and see how I like it as my everyday carry bag as opposed to just a satchel. One of the really nice things about this bag, and one of the reasons why I really wanted it, is that it's very durable, and I'm really rough on my stuff. It's not a good thing, but I really like that with this bag. I can literally throw it in the car, and I can smash it into shopping carts, and my kid can sit there and bang on it and spit up on it, which he hasn't spat up on my bag. Wait,
he has.
Yeah,
totally has.
He spat up on it. I remember that now. So my kid can spit up on it, and it's just completely durable, and I really like that I don't have to worry about it, and that I can be rough on it, and it's actually kind of going to just make it look prettier. So I guess you could say it's kind of a good thing that I'm rough on my bag, because it will just make it look more and more awesome. And that's really why I wanted a leather bag, was so that I could just be as rough on it as I normally am and just have the bag look more and more awesome. It feels so soft. So that's really good. It's one less thing that I have to worry about with my kid. Especially, like I said, with the shopping cart. Like, I get him in the shopping cart, and then wherever there's room, I can just, like, throw this. Or if I know what's in my bag, and as long as there's nothing breakable in my bag, I can throw stuff while I'm out shopping. I can just throw it on top of my bag. When we were at the airport, it was some standing and waiting in lines. I did have a stroller, so I didn't have to hold this. It just hung off of the back of my stroller. So that wasn't too bad. The few times that I did have to hold it, I had it packed, and it was heavy, and it was still pretty stiff and new, so it wasn't comfortable to hold. But it did pretty good holding everything I needed. I had snacks for me. I had a sandwich for me and for the baby. Snacks for the baby, and I had burp cloths, and I had a change of outfit and a diaper and wipes, and I had it packed very, 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 very full, and it held it all, and so that was good. It was a good size for that. The bag fit really well under the seat in the airplane. The only thing is that at that time the strap was really stiff and wouldn't shove underneath the seat very well, and I had this bag and a baby bag, and I had a baby. My hands were very full, so I really didn't have the wherewithal to like fight it under there, so it kind of hung out and caught on my foot a couple times. So that was annoying. If I had known that beforehand, I would have taken the straps off and just stuffed them inside. So that I didn't have to fight with it, and I would have just carried it over here. But again, maybe that wouldn't have been an option, because I had my hands very full and I needed to carry it over my shoulder and not in my hand. So maybe as the straps get... Oh, look, baby spit right there. I haven't wiped it up. Maybe as the straps get softer, next time I go on an airplane, I'll have to see if they would shove under. Because even right now, like, this seems better, and it was a lot stiffer, and they just wouldn't shove very well. So I have gotten some compliments. Funny thing was that my husband was holding the bag for me when we were at the store, and he was talking to a friend, and his friend told him that he had a really cool bag. And then my husband said, "Thanks, it's my wife's," which I think made him feel a little bit weird. And he was like, oh, okay. I have gotten some compliments on it. Not a ton, but I don't go out very often, and they've all been from people I know. They said that they liked my bag. Some of my girlfriends who I showed it to before I bought it, they told me that they liked it and they thought that it looked good. and that it was a good size, because that was what I was worried about before I bought it. They said it looked nice and they liked the color. So, and oh, one thing that I forgot to mention about the size on the inside, and maybe this is just because I have used backpacks for a long time, or if it wasn't a backpack, it was a taller purse that I would use. The nice thing about this is that it's wider and shorter, so it's actually really easy to get to everything, and I don't have to dig through anything. Like, to get to my makeup bag, it's just right here, and I can just pull it out. I don't have to pull out my wallet and my other makeup bag that I should sleep out now. I don't have to pull all these things out to get to it, or like my notebook. My notebook is just down the side, and I don't have to pull anything out to get to it, and that's really nice, and I really like that. So that's a good thing for me, is that the shape is a little bit wider and a little bit shorter, so that I don't have to dig and make like a big mess on a counter at a store when I'm checking out and I'm digging for my checkbook, because it's the dog groomers, and for some reason they only accept checks. When we first got it, it did smell really chemically, but that went away after the first day, and the next day it smelled like leather, which made my husband giddy with joy. He would come in and say, "Oh, it smells like leather." So that was nice, and if I leave it in the hot car, it makes the car smell like leather. So I spilled Coke on it one time. I actually dropped it in my car, and it splattered over everything and got all over the bag, and I was just able to take a wet napkin, because I actually didn't realize that it had splattered all over the side of my bag until after it had dried on there. In fact, I think my husband noticed first. He said, "What's that?" And I looked and I said, "Oh, it's Coke." So I was able to just take a wet napkin, and I was able to just wipe it off, and it came off really easy, and none of the color came off. So that was really good. I was noticing that. And none of the color, so far as I've noticed, none of the chestnut color has come off on my clothes. So the color seems to have stayed really good. So no color transfer with this bag. So easy to clean. It's breaking in really good. It's starting to look really pretty. I'm not going to like purposely break it in or purposely scratch it, but like the scratches and me, like when I stored, I'll put it on the dining table, and then when I sit at the table, I just like lean against it and it smashes it, and it just is breaking it in and helping it look more beautiful. So that's really nice. And I like these rivets up here, they're pretty. So one thing is that like I said, I never strap it. This is how I store it always, and I just carry it against my body so that people can't like get into it, and it's really easy for me to open. It's already stuck. So I never close it, and I have noticed that there are times when I will grab it from where I've stored it and it will be closed, because it drives my husband kind of nuts that I don't ever close it. So he'll come by when I'm not around, and he will cinch it closed for me. And then when I go to the store and I'm checking out and I have to try and sit here and pull this open while I have a baby in one arm, and I'm trying to do this one-handed, it kind of drives me nuts. So that's fun. Yay, marriage. If you have any questions, make sure and comment below. If you would like to see more updates about my bath, then subscribe. Thanks for watching.